All right, guys, welcome back to another Elevated Gaming podcast. As you may have noticed, this week DJ FMTV is not here with me, so we have a couple of the Elevated Gaming fam joining us. Guys, would you like to introduce yourselves real quick? Messi, we can start with you.
What up, everyone? I'm the King of Soccer, Messi. You see me on DJ's stream, just there chatting. I'm a Twitch streamer. I play a variety of games, and thank you for having me here today on the podcast.
Fantastic, man. Thank you. Gigi?
Gigi. I'm or gamer girl, but most people call me gamer or Gigi. I'm awkward as fuck. So you ask me questions and I answer. That's how I roll.
well, we will definitely be doing that. So, in this episode of the Elevated Gaming podcast, you guys can expect to get to know a little bit of the extended family better. We're going to be talking about what brought everybody here, what keeps everybody around, and just really getting to understand what the Elevated community is all about. So, whoever would like to answer this first, be my guest. Feel free to interrupt each other, but how did you guys end up in the Elevated Gaming family? What brought you here?
For me, it's actually through a connection. So one of my friends, if you may know, XL Monet, like one day I was just chilling in her stream, and then DJ would just appear, and DJ and we would just chat and the whole thing, and then we just became Twitch friends on Twitch, and then he would sometimes hop into my stream, and then just one day I would watch his stream, and then led on into everything into now just like joining the Discord and everything, and that's how I'm here now.
Very nice, man. Yeah, I mean that's it goes a long way. Streamers meeting other streamers, playing games with mutual friends. It really is a big community, and I'm glad that we ended up crossing paths together. So what about you, gamer girl?
Bro, I don't even know anymore. Honestly, it was probably Don, because I met everybody through Don. Or if you don't know him, the Don KP, or he is now the Don Familia.
Yep.
But he's Don. I've met everyone through him, so I'm sure I probably met DJ through him. And I followed him forever ago. And I don't know what brought me back recently, but I know I just ended up coming into your stream, and then it was both of you at that time, and I just kind of made some sort of connection with you guys, and somehow you're stuck with me.
So somehow or another we ended up accepting you, huh? So I actually remember that when you started coming around is while we were playing Apex. So you've been around for probably 4 months now, maybe a little longer, like consistently around.
I know, like, I used to play a lot of PUBG, so that's probably like how I met, was through some PUBG or a raid or something. But then I got sick of PUBG, or I was getting mad at PUBG, because I felt like I used to be good, and then I took a month off, and I came back and I couldn't do anything. And so I was trying to find other games. Somehow Apex came around, and I think I was trying to find people to play with, and I think you were streaming it or something.
And now you're here, and now we're back to PUBG.
Now I'm here. Now we're back to PUBG.
So I think that Messi, you spent a lot of time playing Apex with Moni as well, correct?
Yeah. More or less also. And then actually when I saw DJ just one day, because I followed his channel, was playing PUBG. With my other group of friends, we played PUBG when it first released. So we had spent a lot of hours playing PUBG.
Very
and
nice.
So it's just like what you were saying with that connection with streamer to streamer, and then seeing, oh, they're playing that game that you enjoy. That's what really hooks you on, and that's how like you're able to build the friendship and the connection with them.
I absolutely agree. So I'm sure that both of you have heard the stories, but DJ and I met playing PUBG as well. DJ was hosting a small tournament, and some of my extended friends participated in it. And I think I was working, I was unable to, but of course, I was interested because anything that's comp level, even if it's not like professional comp level, I'm always interested. So I was like, oh, how did this go? Were the opponents really good? And they're like, oh, some of them were trash, but the guy hosting it, he was actually really good. And then I think we just started talking from there, and then a couple months later we ended up playing a couple games together, and then now we're stuck with each other, and he's in the woods. So maybe Claw will fix that for everybody. I don't know what's going to happen. So real quick, hello to Alamo and Empress Booty out in the chat. Empress said hi, Kevin, and hi to Leviathan. Thank you guys so much for being here with us. This podcast is really just all about the extended family. So I know that both of you have played Apex off and on, and played PUBG off and on. I know that both of you are currently playing PUBG because we play it together. So when you guys aren't playing PUBG, what else are you playing right now?
Well, actually, what I bought 2 days ago was the new Tony Hawk Pro Skater game, the remake, because I played the original ones on the original PlayStation. So it's that bringing back that good childhood games.
Good old fashioned nostalgia. Yep.
Yeah. And I still have.
I haven't had a chance to play them yet, but I heard that the soundtracks are just as good as they used to be, but with updated music, right?
Yeah. They still kept some of the old ones, but it's like updated. Like Rage Against Machine is on there.
Nice.
I love me some Rage Against Machine.
Very nice. And did they actually introduce Jack Black as a playable character?
I think so.
I haven't
gotten there yet, but I think they are as a secret character.
Very nice.
Such.
I spent a lot of time playing Tony Hawk back in the day, and loved it, both because it was an incredibly innovative game, but the music, like I got introduced to so many bands that I hadn't really listened a lot to, and that stuck with me for a long time.
Right.
So what about you, Gigi? Oh, go ahead, Messi.
Well, I was gonna say before that. Even I still have the original Tony Hawk Pro Skater game on the PS1, and I still have my original PS1. So that's what kind of like still kept
you going?
Yeah, pretty much.
Very nice. So Gigi, what are you playing when you're not on PUBG right now?
Mainly Rocket League. PUBG and Rocket League have been my top two right now, but I mean, what I play depends on who's on and who's playing what, honestly. I've played a little Tarkov, I've played a little Apex, I play a little Dead by Daylight. You guys had me get Valorant, so I mean, what I play depends on who's on and who's playing what.
So more of a social gamer?
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
I need people to play with. I hate playing by myself.
Nothing wrong with that at all. Not at all. So, my next question for you guys, right? I mean, this is good. This next question, I want everybody who's listening or watching to get a sneak peek into the community. Maybe there's going to be a little something that brings you in with us, and also just kind of like market research. Let us know what's going on. So I know how you guys ended up being part of the Elev8ed Gaming, or being introduced to Elev8ed Gaming, but what made you stick around? Like, what makes you come back, and whether it be playing games with us or when you're not playing games with us, what makes you hop into the streams and actually care about the content that we're producing?
It's just that social interaction is like family, all that. Like a little shout out that through Monet, but then also Vital, Dr. Vital, that I would talk to him some in Monet stream, and then in the Discord we're all there chatting along, all that, having fun laughs and everything, and it's just that bond. That's what really keeps me coming back to the streams and everything, and then hanging out, chatting with you and DJ about just literally anything.
Yeah, I really enjoy that. I like that we can get up and just have the BS small talk with how's your day going, good morning, good afternoon, and then we talk about what foods we're eating, and we give Vital a hard time because he doesn't eat his vegetables. We bond over our pets and our animals. Yeah, it makes it feel like there isn't a several thousand-mile difference between me being in San Antonio, Texas, and you being in Tennessee. And Gigi, where are you living now, Gigi? You just moved? Is it Nebraska? Right? Living up in Nebraska, like it doesn't feel like we're all across the United States.
Right.
And I know that some people join communities because they play the same games together, and it's only about, I'm going to watch your stream if I'm playing a game, and if I'm not playing a game with you, then I'm not watching the stream. I like that we actually bond. So Gigi, what kept you in the community?
I think one of the biggest things is that like you guys actually talk to your community. Like I have people, or like I've followed into raids where people aren't really talking to the community, and it's like, okay, so I'm here, but why am I here? You guys almost make it feel like I want to be here. Like you make me feel wanted in the community. It makes me feel special, and I like feeling special.
You know, that the whole community aspect, I think that no matter what streamer you ask, everybody, or even YouTuber, vlogger, whatever you want to call it, anybody who's trying to make a profession out of creating this type of content, everybody's going to say that community is important, because well, without your community, it's going to be you're hard pressed to try and actually make any type of a living doing it. But I feel that DJ and definitely, I'm going to speak for myself on this, but I feel that the both of us try really hard to actually build genuine friendships. We're not just looking to be social enough to keep people coming back to the channel, but we want to build good friendships. We don't have a lot of time in our days outside of work and streaming and trying to produce content. Like I can't go out to the bars and try and meet new people, so I have to get that through our community. And to me, that's a big piece of the fulfillment. So real quick, so Leviathan said that he lived in San Antonio, Texas for about 8 weeks. If you lived in San Antonio for 8 weeks, I know my city. I'm going to assume, correct me if I'm wrong, were you in the military and were you stationed here? While we're waiting for Leviathan to come back. So San Antonio has like, oh man, I don't even remember off the top of my head, five major military bases. One of which is Lackland Air Force Base Boot Camp, which is what brings most people here. I think it's the biggest training facility in the U.S. too. So awesome, Leviathan. Well, hopefully you actually got to go out and see a few of our sites. But I love living in San Antonio. It's like a huge small town, and our biggest attraction is our downtown area with the Riverwalk. And the San Antonio River cuts straight through the middle of downtown, and it's like a multi-level area, and you have a bunch of Mexican restaurants and bars and clubs that are all right on the river, and it's an amazing experience.
So you have a cool story about so one year my family and I, we went to San Antonio just for summer vacation, all that, because we never been. We want to go. We saw the Alamo and all that, and we enjoyed the Riverwalk and such. So one of the nights we end up going to a Spurs game, the basketball game,
Right.
and then the next day we're just there having lunch. And one of the basketball players, not from the San Antonio Spurs, but at the time, his name is Robin Lopez, played for the Portland Trailblazers. And they played the Spurs the night before. He was just walking by, and I actually went in, actually got a picture with him. And me being, I'm 5'7", he's like close, maybe like 7 feet or whatever. I felt like an ant compared to him, but it was cool. And I just enjoyed the Riverwalk and everything, just the aspect of it and everything.
That's nice, man. Yeah, I know that the majority of people who are from a major city are going to say that they really love their city, but there's something about San Antonio that is really different than most other places. Alamo, for instance, is also from San Antonio. If y'all didn't catch on by the name Alamo, Uh, and he always grew up wanting to give back to his community, but he's also a pretty short dude, and he was like, well, I can't play for the Spurs, so I'm gonna have to do something different. So he busted his ass to become a local firefighter, and worked at it for a long time. And I think it takes a strong sense of community to be able to get somebody to want to give back to their city like that, and to actually want to give back and not just say that. um and that's the same type of feeling I like to bring to Elev8ed Gaming. So Leviathan also said it's the scariest roads I've ever been on. I live here, so like I don't know. When I go to Dallas or Houston or even Austin, I think that the traffic and the roads are considerably worse. But what I will say is that San Antonians drive fast. Like, for the most part, we drive very fast. We don't acknowledge speed limits. So if the highway speed limit is 70 and you're in the left lane and you're doing 70, you're pissing everybody off. You need to move over because the speed limit is 10 to 15 miles above whatever is posted. So I imagine that was probably a little bit of the fear. He said, I'm from the middle of nowhere, west of the sea, and San Antonio has the second most road miles of any city in the country. Oh, West Tennessee. Dude, yeah, so San Antonio is a huge city. We have two main loops, one that's in the middle of San Antonio and one that's on the outside of San Antonio. And I drove around the outside loop, not even all of it, but about 3/4 of it, and spent like an hour and a half driving, speeding the entire time at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, it's our city is massive. So yeah, I feel you on that. I do. So the Elev8ed Gaming, right? So we really are about that strong sense of community. And I know how each of you got here, and I know that you've made some friends in at least myself and DJ, but putting you guys on the spot, and don't lie, but aside from DJ and I, who's one other person that like you've built up a really good friendship with? So like, low-key, who's your favorite person that's not us?
Ice.
I would say recently I've been popping into her streams and just having a good time. Empress.
All right.
Just chatting
So
with her in her streams and such.
Talk back to that in a second. So you say Ice Wolf, right? So tell me a little bit about Ice Wolf. Let's see. I'm going to test you. Tell me something about Ice Wolf that other people may not know.
Well, I remember I posted a picture from Facebook about some Alaskan mountains or whatever, the sleeping lady, and he's like, "That's not right," and he
That was a good impression of him, by the way.
like boast. Yeah, totally. He was telling all about his Alaskan knowledge since he lives up there. So
Nice. So I know that you haven't got as much time with him recently as he's been moving and working, but like, what helped you build that stronger relationship with Ice?
I mean, I don't know. I connect with someone like I connected with you, DJ, and I just like I play games, and if I'll invite you to games, and then we just kind of sit there and talk, and that just automatically keeps building up the friendship because I get more used to the person and whatnot.
So Ice Wolf has been one of my best friends for, I don't even know how long, probably 12, maybe 12 years. 12 years for sure, maybe longer. Absolutely one of my best friends. We've lived together off and on, and I was supposed to get to go see him up in Alaska recently, but thanks to especially Texas not being able to handle COVID very well, I had to put a hold on that, but I'm hoping to get to go see him soon. So now back to you, Messi. Tell me a little bit about Empress Booty.
Well, it's like kind of what we were talking beforehand of the podcast, where where if you're really good friends or just good friends, all that, you could be like a little bit of a dick to each other, and so it's just like in her streams, all that, we're just like poking fun at each other and such, and that's what pretty much like what just conveys whether it's a good streamer and a good family environment, or like just a good community. It's just that joking fun and all such.
So Empress Booty is probably one of my favorite people that I've met, present party excluded, over the last several months. She is such an outgoing person and brings so much to so many people's streams. When she offered to help mod, and I'm always appreciative of anybody that offers to help mod, whether it be in the channel or in Discord. Like she brought a whole different level of experience with it, and she's really tried to like bring different ways to interact with everybody, and I think that she definitely goes out of her way to be awesome. Not that Ice Wolf doesn't, but clearly he's one of my best friends, so I don't need to talk him up anymore. But if you guys... no, Kitty, come on. If you guys haven't... She was about to lay down and mute my stream. If you hadn't had a chance to check out Empress Booty, you definitely should. She's amazing. So Leviathan said it was our overpasses with 5 highways overlapping. So our highway system, although people from San Antonio will bitch about it because there's always construction going on, like our highway system is very different than a lot of other places, and we have some very, very massive overpasses with multiple pieces of the highway overlapping each other, and I can see that being scary, especially when you couple it with aggressive driving. Leviathan also said, first time Empress Booty came into my stream, I called her Empress Express Booty, and I thought that was her name. Somebody else I've seen has called her like Express Booty, and I think that's great. And Leviathan, I didn't even realize you streamed, dude. I don't think I'm following you. I need to correct that.
See, I can't think of Empress Booty as meeting you or meeting her from here, because I met her from Don's, so it's like she wasn't even one of my first thoughts.
No, and that's good though, Perfect. So now I've got Leviathan followed. And what's up, Smash? Welcome to the channel, buddy. Messi, I don't think I've got a chance to catch your streams yet. I know that I'm following you. I think I've only seen you stream once. Do you have a normal stream schedule? Or a set schedule?
I do. It's just this, especially from last week, it got really busy with work, but this week was sort of like just recover everything from that busy work week, and then hopefully that, like, my schedule Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, I'll be returning back to regular schedule.
Very nice. And when you stream, what games are you playing right now?
Like I play Valorant. I started some League of Legends, and then just whatever games I have on Steam.
Very nice.
For the month of October, I'm thinking of like streaming scary games.
I think that's a great choice. So what is your typical stream schedule right now? Like, I know that it's a little messed up, but so if anybody wants to check you out afterwards, what days and what times can they typically find you?
Well, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, and I usually start around 7 o'clock Central Time, but sometimes I go earlier, and usually I stream till 11 o'clock, sometimes 12.
Fantastic. So a good 4 to 5 hour stream.
4 hours.
All right.
Yeah.
And so Gamer Girl, you are getting ready to start streaming again, right? I understand that you did stream in the past, but not really. No.
I've never streamed before.
Oh, you've just had your channel up and running, and you've been building up your community in Discord and such, laying in all the groundwork.
I got introduced to gaming, PC gaming, and Twitch roughly 4 years ago. So I've technically been, I guess you can say, networking for the past 4 years, but for at least the past 2 for sure, I've been wanting to stream. I wanted to wait till I was out of college first so I could try and get a set schedule of at least 3 days a week where people can know, hey, she is going to be live this day and this time for sure. Granted, I might end up streaming more days than my schedule, but because I play games every night anyways. But I want to say like Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, I don't know.
So we'll figure that part out in a little bit.
I haven't figured it out yet.
So Smash Lana said, "Aw, she saved herself till after graduation." Savage.
Yep.
But that's awesome though. I mean, and not that there's anything wrong with people hopping right into streaming. Clearly, it works for some people, but I think it's great that you have looked at everything that you've been doing as also a form of networking, because social networking is important, and I think that making sure that you build up a good community before you get into it like that. I'm not going to say it's a great move, but it definitely is a smart move that the majority of us struggle with as we are starting our stream. So it should give you a nice little advantage. By the time this podcast makes its way to YouTube, I will make sure that I have both of your stream schedules included in the description below, so that way you guys can get a little bit more familiar with Messy and Gamer Girl. So Gamer Girl, you do plan on streaming later this month, correct?
I'm hoping to have my first stream on the 29th. Great way to start off streaming is a birthday stream, right?
Whose birthday stream?
My birthday stream. Be 23, guys.
Nice. That is definitely a fantastic way to start off a stream. And do you know what games you're going to be streaming yet? Are you going to just stream whatever you're playing, or do you have like some set ideas?
My first stream is going to be The Sims 4.
Nice. I had a feeling that you weren't just going to jump on streaming PUBG playing with this or something like that. So why The Sims 4?
So one of the things I want to do is, I don't know how much you know about The Sims 4, but
I know that you can kill people. You can torture them to death.
I mean, yeah, but I don't
That's
do
what
that.
I know about it. You could play that during Spooktober. You can lock them in a room and not give them a bathroom, and let them pee themselves until they die. That's a dick move.
Yeah, I don't really kill my Sims. I actually do quite the opposite. I'm like 60 babies into the 100 baby challenge.
That's also a terrible way to kill somebody. FYI. That's too many kids.
Logic
60 babies out of 100? What?
I'm on my second matriarch though, or I'm working on. She just had her first babies, and it was triplets, and I haven't played since because that's a lot of crying, and I don't want to deal with that. But one of the things I want to do with my channel points. we're not getting into the 100 baby challenge. That's
Okay.
like a 10-minute spiel, and I'm not doing that.
All right.
But with my channel points, one of the things I want to do is to allow the members for like 50,000 channel points is to buy a plot, because in one of the worlds on The Sims 4, it's completely empty. And so there's like 14 plots, I think, that you can just build whatever on. And so I'm going to start my first stream with me building the Fox's Den. And then down the line,
What's the Fox's Den?
that's like my whole thing, because my whole theme is the Fox's Den, because spirit animal is a fox. So like my Discord is the Fox's Den.
Cunning. Everybody
Smart.
loves them. Smart. Also slightly annoying.
Yep. But so like, say you get 50,000 channel points and you want to buy a plot on The Sims 4. I'll go, depending on when you do it, what I'm doing. It might be put off to a later stream, but you will get to choose a plot in Newcrest, and I will let you design this house and design a character, and you have land in my Sims game.
Nice. So you're gonna fucking become a real estate mogul and start leasing out property to your viewers.
Yep.
I think that's an incredible idea. And to my understanding, Sims 4 still has a fantastic community, so I think that's a good way to start off.
I guess we'll find out.
We will. I'll be there with you. Don't worry. Well, Guys, is there anything that you would like to tell the newcomers about Elev8ed Gaming, whether it's something they should look forward to or something they should be careful with? I don't know.
Actually, I kind of want to also share sort of my experience that I'm about maybe close to 2 years streaming, but when I did my first stream a year ago, the first game I streamed was the Crash Bandicoot trilogy
Nice.
because I just love that old school gaming, and they just had remastered all the Crash Bandicoot games. So I'm just like, bring it back with the old school days. I streamed that, and I actually 100% all three games.
Nice. On stream?
Yeah, yeah,
That's
on
a
stream.
that's a great way to start your channel too, man. Really is.
Yeah,
Matt Chillin, welcome to the stream, buddy.
but the
It,
first game, man, that was just the hardest because that was obviously the first game, and of course, the first game is always the hardest of any series.
yeah, I would say that that's actually pretty true. Very true. So, what would you like to say to any of the newcomers who might be watching right now that are going to click on the Discord link below and come hop in or go to either one of your channels?
Hi. I
uh,
love you.
just be prepared. Just like we're all here for you.
Oh,
Like if you're just having a bad day or such, so like just talk to us and uh just like we'll always have someone listening and such, and just hop into the stream and just enjoy talking with us and such, and just have a good time.
I think that's definitely both of those are good ways to introduce people to any of the streams that are associated with Elev8ed Gaming, whether it be one of mine or DJs or yours, either one of yours or anybody else from the extended family. You know, Leviathan, go ahead and try that Discord command again for me. If
Always give DJ a hard time also.
yes, I'll always give him a hard time. We did a podcast a while back on stream teams and like the whole idea behind stream teams and how we think that the majority of stream teams are effectively just bullshit pyramid schemes. Don't get me wrong, there's some stream teams out there that are really, really good, and some that can definitely help boost you to another level. Like our friends over in Nemesis Gaming. Instill, which I know that some of you have helped raid Instill and may follow him. Fantastic streamer. He heads up Nemesis. But they're very professional. They're a professional gaming org. So we originally started Elev8ed Gaming with the intent of becoming a stream team and helping gather streamers and build each other up. And then we stepped back from that and said, you know what, we don't really want to do that. But lately I've been looking around and I'm like, you know what? When we stopped trying to do it, we ended up where we are now. And when I look around, I'm like, dude, we have an amazing team of various streamers who come together, not with the intention of joining a stream team and trying to leech viewers off of this person or promote themselves in these channels, but by building an actual community that focuses on friendships and supporting one another. And then it just turns out that a good portion of us also stream on the sidelines, and I like it. It's kind of like when somebody's looking for that significant other and they're like, fuck man, I just can't find somebody that's worthwhile. And I know you've all heard the advice, when you stop looking it comes to you. I'm like, huh, that's weird. I feel like that's what happened here. It's nice.
See, I think one thing that kind of helps is that like I feel like so many people in this community too, and like most of the communities I involve myself in, because that's like who I like to associate with, are just, you're all just very loving and caring, and it's like you actually want people to be there. You want to be more than just another viewer or another streamer.
Yep.
Like there's more to it.
I agree with you, and it's interesting because like that's something that really speaks to me here, and there's a big aspect of my personal life that the majority of people don't know about, but I definitely believe in showing those around you love, and that we'll get into more of that at another time. But um, I'm a big fan of making sure that the people around you know how you feel, and I like building real relationships, not not bullshit fake ones. I don't have time for that. 2020 is a fucked up year, and we we don't know how much time we have, so it's important that we're real with the people around us. And Leviathan said, "Love for primetime entertainment," and you know what, dude? Like for real, that dude is an amazing guy. And if you haven't been in Primetime's channel, you should absolutely check him out. If you have been in them, then hopefully you've heard that dude lay down some bars, and he is an amazing rapper and an even better streamer. So fantastic. And Smash, you're right. 2020 is dark as fuck, for sure. To everybody living on the West Coast, I hope you guys are able to find time to breathe right now. I think it's ridiculous.
Always hear also through Twitch of like, there's that community, and then someone gets that partner, the little check mark in their by their name and everything, and you always hear stories of how it's like, oh, once you get partner, like they cut off everybody off and just like mostly focus on themselves, and kind of like what you were saying also, like there's some of those stream teams where it's just like, I know you guys are just full of lies and just all of that, but compared to the Elevated, it's like true family, all that. We all look out for each other, and that's what I like in just like those family communities.
Same here, man, for sure. Well, guys, before we head out for the night, the last thing I want to talk about is what to expect on an upcoming stream. We don't have the time frame yet, so I don't know 100%, but I want to throw this idea out there and get both of you and anybody else that's in the stream right now. I want to get you thinking about this. So community and family are extremely important to not just myself and DJ, but clearly to everybody that's part of this community. Because back to what you guys are saying, I think that's really what makes us great. And this year has sucked. Like, even if it hasn't sucked personally for you, like as a whole, it's just sucked. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
That's an understatement.
For real. And I'm not a huge fan of most like major holidays. I'm not a big fan of family gatherings, but I am a big fan of friend gatherings. Prior to this year, I've always tried to have like one friendcation where at least 5 or 7 or sometimes 10 of my friends will get together and we'll go typically to Vegas. Vegas was always a really good spot. A couple years ago, we went to New Orleans. So we always try and get out and go spend some good quality time together and go adventuring. And haven't been able to do that this year. But I feel like that's something that we accomplish here, right? In our streams, we get to know each other. We get to live vicariously. We get to, see dishes of food from other parts of the United States. But one of the things that we haven't had a chance to do is, how like when you're getting drunk with your close friends and you reach that point where you actually stop and you put your hand on somebody's shoulder and you tell them thank you and what it is you appreciate about them. Yeah, Messi, you know what I'm talking about. Gamer girl. Maybe leave out the getting drunk part. Do you do that with any of your friends?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, right? So I know that Smash and Alamo both know what I'm talking about. So what I would like to do on an upcoming podcast, kind of like a Friendsgiving, if you will. I know for sure I don't want to wait until November. I want to do it soon. I think that it's something that needs to happen. I want to have an upcoming podcast that just DJ and I are hosting. So no planned special guest. But I want to open up our Zoom meeting to anybody that wants to join. And we'll bring on one person at a time and give everybody an opportunity to live say thank you to someone whether it be from the community or even outside the community. You know, just to have that opportunity to say, hey, I want to let you know that I appreciate you. This particular thing or this instant, just something that I, you know, actually go out of our way and make ourselves a little bit vulnerable and say thank you. That's
I
something I don't.
appreciate you, X.
It's a
And I
brilliant
appreciate you
idea.
too.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down for it.
It's not an easy thing to do, and I figured that giving everybody an opportunity to think about this and maybe pay attention over the next couple of weeks, and you know, and actually stop. But I don't think that Twitch communities as a whole take the time to do those things that private groups of friends do, you know, and actually stop and say, hey man, I want to let you know that last week when you got me Whataburger when I was, you know, broke, I want to let you know that I really appreciate that. On Twitch, the same types of things still happen. You know, we still have those really rough days where we end up relying on our Discord or streaming community, and it's one of you two who helped bring me out of a bad day, and you know, and actually taking a few moments and saying thank you. Smash said that's the he meant dopest, but he said DPPist. That's a weird thing to say, dude. It's the dopest idea I've heard in a long time. Well, good. Well, hopefully, maybe you'll stop and come in. And like I said, I don't want it to necessarily be just showing appreciation for somebody else from the Elev8ed fam, but maybe it's somebody from outside of it, and you just want to, you know, do it. Kind of like how people used to call into radio shows and be like, "Hey, I want to dedicate a song to this person because they're important to me." You know?
Is cool by you during that podcast?
Maybe. Probably not. You might see me cry. Y'all haven't seen that before.
Sure.
But
Or maybe we could get DJ to do a little beats on his DJ stuff.
Maybe we can. Maybe I can play just some nice little, like a slow jam while somebody's talking, and just get it going.
Yeah.
But I would like to do
I
that.
love both of these guys. They're amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But yeah, so just something to think about it, and I will, when we decide to do that, DJ and I will make a post on all of our important socials so that way everybody can prep for it, and we'll probably give like a 1 or 2 week notice, and then we are going to be doing that. Sending DJ inappropriate Snapchats is my favorite pastime, so says Smash, because he always responds. Smash, I hope that you keep those inappropriate, just inappropriate enough. Moni just hopped in and said hype. Love you,
Yeah.
Moni. We were talking about you earlier.
I brought you up, Money. Give you a shout out.
All right, guys. Well, for tonight, let's go ahead and wrap it up right here. So after this, I will be starting the normal part of the stream off, doing my final match for the Indie Gaming League Summer Circuit with Quantum League. This will be determining whether or not I make it onto the podium in bronze. So hopefully you'll stick around and watch that.
You got this.
After that, we will be playing some PUBG. So if you guys are watching live, please stick around and give it a little bit of time while I get resituated. If you're watching on YouTube, if you haven't already, please drop us a subscribe. Make sure you turn on the notification bell, and you can check us out. We usually post a new podcast usually once a week, and we aim for 3 times a month. If you are watching us live, you know when we do this shit Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, and occasionally, just like Gamer Girls thinking, you know, we try and fit in a couple extra streams here and there. So thank you guys so much for joining us with the Elev8ed Family special podcast. See you guys soon. All right.